Yes, a beautiful morning. It's still bad. Uh, I just want to go just to do a brief recap. Just don't want to spend much of your time. Yeah, I'll be just going through the DXY, how my intentions throughout the week. As you could see, we analyzed the XY last week, Friday, and I came again. I talked about it Monday, I think on Tuesday again. Yeah, the XY we see it's been bullish and you know on weekly, and we kind of bullish because we literally managed to displace out of this consolidation on weekly, and then we ultimately got a break of structure to the upside. Currently, the DXY is on a complex pullback. As you can see, this sell, it could be backed up by lots of factors, by the hopes of the interest rate being lifted now are getting low, and then the labor market being negative, even the inflation coming out negative. So a lot of the macroeconomics are really the ones affecting the dollar. Plus, when we talk also about the geopolitics, yes, that has been happening recently. Yeah. So basically, yeah, this is the reason why the dollar has been on a massive deep pullback, as you could see. Yeah. On weekly, on Monday, last Friday, my context area was this weekly fair value gap. It was a CB. This was a bearish fair value gap. I was waiting for price to tap that fair value gap so that I can frame a market maker sell model, and this happened on 4 hour. That's according to the time frame alignment. 4 hour, you see, after the market maker sell model was approved, we broke down, we continued, we got a shift of market structure. We displaced below. As you can see, the dollar has been really dropping, has been plummeting since yesterday. That's when we saw a massive drop. So what I was hoping to see, this was my drawn liquidity, first drawn liquidity for the dollar. Yeah, this was it, and you can see price is currently approaching this area of liquidity. Then ultimately we might see a pullback towards the discounted area, which is the premium when we're selling. So I'm likely to see this liquidity being taken out. After that, price will retrace, maybe today in the New York session or tomorrow. It will depend how it will want to happen. So basically, we're still bearish on a complex pullback, but long term we bullish on the DXY. So hoping to buy off the DXY around this area of the daily, which is refined. This was my weekly area of demand. I refined it to daily around 98. So this is where I'm looking forward. Again, yesterday I analyzed oil, US oil, and I was hoping to buy it off, and it really played accordingly. So my context area, I start doing my analysis on monthly. I only use candlestick logic, candlestick science, to tell the direction bias of price, and also to tell the order flow of price. So according to what I do, it really helps a lot, and it saves me a lot of time to use the higher time frame like monthly. So mid time frame, I always scale down to weekly, daily, just to look for my context area. Yes. So also to look for my areas of liquidity, and then also the POI, where to take precise entries. So as you could see, on what daily, yes, on daily, this is where my context area was. I was to take long entries yesterday, and I did on oil. Daily, I was waiting for this bullish CB, bullish fair value gap, price to tap. Price ultimately tapped, and I'm hoping to see that price continues to the upside, taking out all these levels of buy side liquidity. So after price tapped, you see, you do what we call time frame alignment. You daily goes with H1. What I did after this H1, I looked for my displacement. price displaced, as you could see. This was the displacement on H1. It left behind the area of fair value gap and the order block. So price, after this price now is returning to this area of the order block. This is the order block area, the entire area, you understand? So now we starting off to buy oil off of this area of demand to the upside. So this is what I had on oil. So I also analyzed Bitcoin last time. Bitcoin, it was such a beautiful entry that we took on Bitcoin. We were waiting for price to react off this area of demand, because this is just a complex pullback on Bitcoin. And for swingers who took chance on this buy, where entries were on this fair value gap after price displaced a little bit above here. Yes, this is the fair value gap which gave us entry. Price ultimately started surging upwards. Yes, you know, on monthly it was my context area on Bitcoin. We still bearish, guys. You could see, yes, this is where I'm waiting to frame sell entries, short entries on monthly. I'll be aligning it with weekly and 4 hour, basically. Yes, so I'll be waiting for confirmations, yeah, within this monthly area of fair value gap, to see if I can take shots. If confirmation fails, which means this monthly order block can be run through, you understand? When this monthly order block or monthly fair value gap, bearish fair value gap fails, which means price might react off of this monthly area of supply, which is the order block. Then I'll be waiting patiently. But currently I'm waiting for shorts, long-term shorts on BTC. This was just a complex pullback, this short-term buy, of which it was a beautiful buy that we had. Again, I talked about Nasdaq yesterday. Yeah, my context area was within daily or weekly. Let me see, I don't remember. Yeah, because when I did a top to down analysis, I was hoping for weekly. Yeah, it was on weekly bullish fair value gap to tap, so that I can go to I can align it with 4 hour. That's the time frame for my entry, because I swing 4 hour. I'm only waiting for price to displace above. Yes, displacement will leave behind the area of fair value gap. Then that's the bullish fair value gap I will use to place my entries. But for people who didn't want to waste much time, they could go to a lower time frame, lower than 4 hour, to look for the early entries. Yes, we always also have to wait for this displacement on 4 hour, on 1 hour again. As you could see, price displaced last night in Asian, and today is just came and retested this area of the fair value gap. This is where the entries now are made. Yes, so we're hoping to see Bitcoin now flashing to the upside. So SP500 is the same approach. Yeah, because the same correlation, they are positively correlated together, and the context area still was weekly. You see the weekly tap of this bullish AVG. Then you have to go to 4 hour to look for your entries. You only wait for displacement. Price displaced, yes, you can see. Then entries are literally made within the area of the bullish fair value gap to the upside. So we're still bullish. Then again, what else did I talk about? Gold again. We had a nice, massive, beautiful buy on gold. I analyzed it on Friday and on Monday, and I was really long on it. So it never disappointed. Gold, we're still hoping to take out all this buy side liquidity together with silver, which played nice. Yeah, silver played nicely after respecting my context area on weekly. You see a weekly tap. Then 4 hour was my area of entry, and it was so beautiful. It was a beautiful move. So this is what I had for today. Have a beautiful day. Thank you.